Look at that. I've had a festive haircut and now I'm ready for our Italian Cup semi-final first leg up against Juventus. Yes, hello, welcome on into Living Sports here for another episode of Glory Hunter on Football Manager 22. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button for more daily Football Manager content, and if you missed the last episode, go and check it out. We played up against Real Madrid and Napoli. As you can see from the screen in front of us, we didn't do particularly well in those two games. Since then, we've played one game. We did beat Empoli 2-1. But today we play up against Parma in the SerieA, and then we play against Juventus in that first leg of the Italian Cup, the Coppa Italia semi-final. A tough game up against Juventus there. If we look at the SerieA table, we won our last game, as I mentioned, against Empoli. Inter Milan drew their game up against Atalanta, which means 5 points separate the top 5 at the moment, with Juventus and Atalanta just about clinging on behind us at this moment in time. It's all to play for SerieA, and the next 12 games or so will be very exciting indeed. But we are still competing on 3 fronts. Let's hope we can at least win one of those fronts and not throw all of them away. It'll be vitally important to get a win up against 17th placed Parma today. That'll keep us in that title fight. And then, as we say, Italian Cup semi-final first leg against Juventus. Let's just get straight into it. At the end of this season, we've just been going game after game after game. You're getting to see basically every single one because it's getting to the business end of the season. One thing to mention, and I'm not sure if I've mentioned it before, if we look at my contract, it does expire at the end of this season. I've not yet been offered a renewal. I have been looking at other job options. You can see an interesting one there is AS Monaco. They are currently in 5th in Ligue 1 here, Ligue 1, where PSG are not going to win the league as they didn't last year either. I was considering possibly do we jump over to Monaco, but I chose not to apply for the job. I don't even know if I'd get it, to be honest, but I've chosen not to apply for that job. We've spent 2 years at Roma. This is now our 3rd year. We can't leave Roma without having at least won something. So we're down to the last 4 of the Italian Cup. We're still in that title race. Let's see if we can win something. So we play up against Parma today, and this is a team that we are going to use. Patricio in goal, Zagadou, Lindelof and Romagnoli at the back, Dallo on the right, Christensen on the left, Camavinga, Pellegrini and Rice in midfield, and Tammy Abraham partners Sesko up front. Abraham's just about match fit, so he's going to be playing, I say, alongside Sesko today. The pair of them up front, a good partnership, so let's hope they can continue that today. Van de Beek obviously has been playing really well for us recently, but that midfield is packed with Pellegrini, Camavinga and Rice at the moment. I just feel bad for Van de Beek. Kind of like what's happening for him at Man United. In real life, just doesn't seem to start the game. But he very easily could, should we need to play him in any of the matches for the rest of this season. And Pellegrini early on has a corner ball into the back post, and it's headed over by Sesko. A good early chance for us there. Another chance for us here, possibly. Pellegrini back to Zagadou and over to Romagnoli. Forward to Rice and Christensen. And he plays the ball down the line to Sesko. Abraham's in the middle if he wants to find him. Christensen tries. It's headed away. Dallo gets on the end of it. Out to Pellegrini. Back to Dallo. He's in acres of space here. Pellegrini comes inside. Finds Camavinga. What a shot from Camavinga. Normally he's a provider from that kind of more deep-lying central midfield role. But today he scores a goal, a wonderful goal from about 20-25 yards out there, right in that bottom corner. Lovely finish from him. First time, bounces once on its way in. Keeper with no chance, and we lead 1-0 here, and that's put us up to 3rd at the moment. I know other teams haven't necessarily played their games yet, as we drop back down to 4th after AC Milan go ahead in their game. We're totally dominating the statistics on the left-hand side. You can see Parma have not yet had a shot in this game, as Zagadou heads that out to Christensen and back into Rice and Sesko. If we get 2 or 3 goals in this first half, we could rest some of our important players in the lead up to this semi-final. Christensen down the line. Is he going to be challenged? No, he plays it into Sesko. Back to Rice and Christensen. And the ball into Abraham, and he heads it, and it's a goal for Tammy Abraham, assisted by Christensen. And we do lead 2-0 in what's been a dominating performance so far. Sesko gets the ball back to Rice and Christensen and just has enough time to get the ball in the box. Abraham rises above his defender and he heads that in and we lead 2-0, and that's good, getting Sesko and Abraham involved in the build-up play and the goals there. That partnership's going to be so vital as we head on to the latter part of this season, as Parma have the ball here. The ball launched long, but Romagnoli wins it and finds Rice. Back to Romagnoli. Nice patient build-up for us. We've had 2/3 of the ball so far in this game. The ball into Abraham and back out to Dalot. He's eventually closed down. Dalot back to Lindelof, who's been performing very well since his arrival from Man United. Pellegrini now with it back in the middle, and Abraham, I think, has backheeled that in. I'm not really sure. So Lindelof plays it out to Dalot, and Dalot finds Pellegrini, and the ball's pulled back, and let's watch this. It's saved by the keeper, and Abraham does backheel it in for his second goal of the game. 2 assists for Pellegrini today. Well played from our captain. I say we lead 3-0 at this moment in time. Parma, do they have a chance for their first shot of the game? Let's find out. As we went all the way back to their defence and launched long. Rennie Adelaide, the former Arsenal man, with a fantastic volley there. And we're going to have to see if it was onside or offside. Referee's checking with VAR. It'd be a cracking finish if it was a goal, but it has been disallowed for offside. And we still lead 3-0. Let's just watch this replay just to... I mean, he was about a yard and a half offside, but I mean, what a finish from Rennie Adelaide there. Parma with the ball in their own half here. Cyprien out to Berezinski and into Trossard. Trossard forward to Rennie Adelaide. Can he get a goal this time? Oh, it was a good save from Patricio. 2 good chances for Adelaide. One was a fantastic finish, though it was offside. But he missed that one there. That technically counted as Parma's first shot of the game because that other one was offside. Man with it. Good sliding challenge. Pellegrini launches it away. And Abraham, I thought possibly we were going to break away, but we're not quite. And here we go. Reaching half-time. 3-0 up. Let's perhaps make a couple of changes at half-time just to keep everyone nice and fresh that needs to be. Tammy, I would like to take off, but he is on a hat-trick, so I might leave him on the field just to be safe. You know, Calafiori can come on for Christensen, and Pellegrini can come off as well. We'll bring on Johansson to play in that advanced playmaker role on that right-hand side of our midfield 3. Throw in from Calafiori here to Camavinga. Calafiori into Abraham, and Abraham's got himself his hat-trick until they tell us it's offside. Let's see if it is going to be offside, but if it's not, Abraham's got himself his hat-trick and can probably take him off and keep him fresh for that game up against Juventus. It has been disallowed, though. I'm assuming for offside. Let's see if he's beyond the last defender there. Oh, it's very close, but he is unfortunately offside. So we still just lead 3-0. Corner ball, Johansson into the middle, and Romagnoli had a free header, and he's managed to head that over the bar. Another corner ball, Johansson, and this time it's cleared away by Rennie Adelaide, only as far as Camavinga though. He goes down the left-hand side. Forward to Calafiori, back to Camavinga. In the middle, Sesko heads that one, and we lead 4-0 now. They're going to claim that was offside, but it wasn't offside. It's going to stand. And there we go. I am Nostradamus. I know these things. I could just use my eyes and see that he was nowhere near offside as Calafiori plays the ball back to Camavinga. I mean, there's about 3 or 4 defenders playing Sesko onside there, so I have no idea why there was a debate about it. Look at these lines here. Look, every one of those central defenders is playing Sesko onside. Of course it wasn't offside. And here we go. A chance for Parma, maybe. No, it's cleared away. But now they've won it back, so maybe it is going to be a chance for them. Man, Trossard hits it. And that's wide of the goal as we are still leading 4-0 here. So we'll take off Tammy and we'll bring on Kramaric for the last 15 minutes of this game. Give Tammy some time off before the game up against Juventus. And we've reached full time. There was no more highlights after we made that change. And we lead 4-0. We win 4-0 that game. Well deserved, I would say. Parma had some chances in the second half, but we dominated the first one. That was a good victory for the boys there. It does bring the top of the table very, very close. 3 points separating those top 5 teams at the moment. But Napoli and Inter do have games in hand on the other sides up there. But yeah, 2 points off the top at the moment. It's going to be a tight title race. So we're back in a couple of days' time for the game up against Juventus. Last time we played them, it was just a month ago, and we beat them 2-1 in SerieA. We were... a fairly decent performance in that one. Alvaro Morata's 92nd minute consolation goal in that one. Hopefully we can have Another similarly dominant performance in this one. Well, it looks like if we win our semi-final, it will be Inter Milan we play in the next round, because they're 4-0 up after their first leg against Lazio. Goals from Adeyemi, Lautaro Martinez and Sensi got them that victory. So could be a tough one should we get to the final. But remember, it's over 2 legs, so there's a chance Lazio might come back, but it's unlikely. Right, so here we are ready for the game up against Juventus in the Coppa Italia first leg of the semi-final. And we're going to stick with the same team as last time, even though Camavinga and Zagadou are both struggling for a little bit of fitness. They will both be starting today. So the same team as last time. Patricio, Zagadou, Romagnoli, Lindelof, Dalot, Christensen, Camavinga, Pellegrini, Rice, Abraham and Sesko. This is probably my first choice 11 if I have the chance at the moment. So just remember it, because that should be the one that plays most of our games. Salamakers there, £21 million to be a backup right back for us. And Dalot, who we signed as a real last minute option to cover right and left back, has become our first choice right back. Who would have thought it? I don't think I'm the only person to not enjoy using Salamakers this year, though. If you look around some other saves you might have seen on YouTube, I think there's a lot of discontent regarding Salamakers. Right, so here we go. Obviously important not to lose, but it would be great to win. And win by a couple of goals. It would be much appreciated as well. First highlight of the game is a throw-in by Dalot to Camavinga. And the ball's all the way back to Lindelof now. Camavinga, Pellegrini, over to Rice. And Romagnoli using some space. Finds Christensen, who's pressed right up against that full-back there of Juventus. Now comes back deep to collect the ball. Camavinga. What's he going to do? Plays all the way back to Romagnoli and Zagadou. And Camavinga's got space now to come forward and finds Pellegrini, who's unmarked. Sesko, Abraham, Rice, Sesko. Wonderful move. Oh, deserved a finish. What a beautiful passage of play from us there. But did not get the finish it deserved. As we have another chance here. Dalot, so high out on that right hand side. Same with Christensen on the left. They're pushed so far forward up against the fullbacks of Juventus here. Christensen, infield to Rice. And Sesko, he's got to finish it this time. He does indeed. Sesko with his 19th of the season. Assisted by Rice. And we lead 1-0. And I don't know what it is, but we're just getting such an overload here. They don't have enough midfielders dropping deep. So as soon as our midfielders get by their central midfield, you can see here with Rice, he's in space. It pulls a centre-back out of position and means one of our two strikers is always free in the middle of the pitch there. Which it's always good to have your striker not being marked by anybody, because then you can go and score some goals. We can see here, I'll pause it if we can get to a stage where it happens. Oh my goodness, we've given it away. Oh, I thought we were going to build up a chance of our own, but instead we gave the ball away, and it was a great save from Patricio. The ball swung in, and it's cleared away by Pellegrini. Pellegrini has picked up an injury, which is not ideal at all. We will bring on Van de Beek and play him on that right-hand side of our midfield three. We said he can play box-to-box or that advanced playmaker, and that's exactly what we're going to do today. He's going to be playing that advanced playmaker role. The balls just went in our goal, and I'm not sure how. A goal's been awarded. I wasn't even talking. A free kick just happened. The ball swung in. De Ligt headed it. It came off the crossbar, and there was just so many people sitting in front of our goalkeeper there, and they scored a goal. Oh, dearie me. It's 1-1, and I couldn't even say it's undeserved. Look at the stats. Juventus deserve to be ahead, really, when you look at the stats. So I can't say it's undeserved. Like expected goals after our goal, we've not done anything since the goal. But yeah, that's kind of taken me by surprise. Second half begins, and I must say the stuff I was talking about in the first half has not happened as much in the second. We have brought on Kramaric up front for Sesko, who picked up a bit of an injury. And Chiesa gets the ball on the right-hand side now toward Christensen, or tries to get past him, and Morata's beaten Romagnoli, I think it is, in the air, and we're down 2-1. What is going on? The ball out to Chiesa. He's just got Christensen to beat. So Christensen forces him out wide. Eventually Chiesa puts the ball in. I know it's up against Zagadou, who does that far too often for my liking, and has been the reason for us conceding a goal there. We're going to demand some more for the team and see what they can do to change this round. We're no longer going to play out of defence. We are going to try to focus the play down the wings, and we're going to play slightly more direct with a higher tempo, and we'll see if that does anything in this second half here. Christensen throws the ball in and gets it back now. What's he going to do? Goes down the line. plays the ball into Kramaric and Christensen into Abraham. Oh, it's headed away by Bonucci. And then Moise Keane has a chance to break away. He plays it through toward Morata, but intercepted by Zagadou. And Camavinga has it now. Launched toward Kramaric. De Ligt wins it. And Karsdorp, the former Roma man, comes on the right-hand side now. And he gets past so many men there. What's he going to do? He's up against Rice. Karsdorp, back to Chiesa. And William. Over to Asunciao, but it's cleared away. Camavinga loses the ball. Goodness me. And Kulusevski has it forward to Chiesa. Can he finish? There's a good save from Patricio. Chiesa again. It's blocked by Romagnoli and cleared away. Oh, that's dramatic. Dramatic. Tammy Abraham's playing absolutely rubbish, so we'll bring on Thielman to play for him. And maybe swap the two of them around. No. Kramaric can still plays the pressing forward then. Or the attacking forward, whatever on the left-hand side is. Thielman can play on the left. And we can go attacking for the last 5 minutes here. We can encourage the entire team. Let's see. We've come back into the game slightly, but not enough. And we've lost that first leg 2-1. After the first 5, 10, 15 minutes of the game, I saw the highlights that happened that we were playing. I thought, oh, we've really worked this quite well. Our midfield's getting in behind their midfield. But, yeah, we just didn't do anything after the goal. And we've somehow lost that 1-2-1 after the great start. I mean, to be honest, look at the stats. Juventus deserved to win. But we started off so well and then just did nothing. That's a game I was really, really hoping to win. But unfortunately, it wasn't to be, as Napoli win their game in hand in SerieA, which puts them to 57 points now, which means it's 4 points separating Lazio in 5th to the team in 1st. Inter do still have their game in hand to eventually play at some point. But at the moment, we're still 3 points off of the top. Very, very close indeed. And Pellegrini is going to be out for 2 months as we send him to the specialist. So 2 months takes us to the start of May. And if we look at our schedule here and scroll down to the bottom, that's only at the end of SerieA he'll be coming back. He's going to be missing the important Champions League first knockout round, second leg against Real Madrid in the next episode. And he'll also miss that important second leg of our Coppa Italia semi-final as well. A big, big miss that will be. So today we had a 4-0 win against Parma and a 2-1 loss to Juventus. A mixed bag. Hopefully we can have 2 positive results in the next episode, which is up against Hellas Verona, who are 13th in SerieA, and then that second leg up against Real Madrid. So if you are looking forward to that, or if you have enjoyed this one, please do leave a like on the video. It really does help us out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you don't miss an episode of Glory Hunter here. And until the next one, we'll see you then.